5, 4, 3, 2. Are we live now? Are we live? We should be live.
Boost your revenue and drive growth with Google Ads. Reach high-value customers across the entire Google network.
Boost these. We should be live, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. For some strange reason, we're in a vortex here. All right. Boy, even the YouTube thing. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if we are live, because I was live earlier and then it went away. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me and all that good stuff.
Win that football game. You had an opportunity to win that football game and you didn't. That's what you should focus on, and not the officiating. You should focus on game management, your blocking. Don't let that mask the issues that you have. Low-hanging fruit, folks, when you start to talk about that. Very low-hanging fruit.
Let's hear what the head coach of your Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, had to say following this loss.
All right, good. The juices is going.
Defense fighting from behind most of the second half, and found that what happened that last season, first and goal, and just from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming from behind.
Got to win this type of
just the last series, or
God, dog.
Yeah, I mean, just you're fighting from behind most of the second half, and then you have a shot down there, first and goal.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, stating the obvious, it's a game of inches, and we came up, inch or two short on a couple plays, but love the way our team plays. I love our play style. Give the Eagles credit. It's a great home environment here. I have a lot of appreciation for Jeff Lurie and what they've done here. So love to come here and compete, and we knew this was the kind of game it was going to be. And, like I said, we came up short. So that's why we work the way we work, and that's what we'll do. We'll get back to work. So a lot of football left to be played, but we had our opportunities, and we were in position to win the game.
Coach, I don't know, did y'all get a replay? Can you talk about the replays, the touchdown to Schoonmaker? How did you feel about how that went down?
I mean, I think you're talking about the process, or?
Well, yeah, was it short? I don't know how you felt.
Yeah, I mean, based on what they had up on the jumbotron, it definitely, I can see why they overturned it. But when they call it on, it could go either way. I mean, that's what, like you said, it's a game of inches. So we were short.
Mike, talk to you again.
How do you come back from something like this? How much?
Bear with me, I'm still setting it up, baby.
Confidence that you have coming out of back the way you did.
No, we had chances to win that game. I don't really think we were fighting back. I mean, we were in the first half. We had that stretch of penalties there. I mean, it's the ebb and flow of a football game. I mean, that's the way these games go. I mean, they're a very good team. We feel great about our team. And, we need to learn from these mistakes, because, I mean, that's what these games come down to. I mean, it's and you get into these type of games, and even more so, if you get into playoff football, it's you have to make one more play in the other team. And that's what this game was tonight. We needed to make one more play.
Dallas Sporting News. Is it kind of hard to believe you got from the 14 to the 6 as quickly as you did, and then you didn't win the game?
Well, I'll say this, we put a tremendous amount of time into those situations, more so than ever in my career, particularly last 3 years. So, no, I'm not surprised at all, because, even that last throw, I mean, that's something that you practice a lot. You don't get to call it, hopefully you're not calling it too much, but, our guys were very comfortable in that situation, that space, and it's because of the work they put in.
But then as far as failing with the 2 sacks and the delay.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's a game. It's an ebb and flow of a football game. I mean, there's back and forth. I mean, it's the second half. There was very little penalties called in the first half, and then, the penalties come into play for both teams.
Talk about it, Coach.
Come closer than close. The interventions that it was on the flight home, does that give you any solace about where this team could potentially potentially be on the cusp of becoming?
I'll say this. I felt last week we kind of turned the corner. I'm a huge believer in you get what you put into it, whether it's life or in a game of football. And I thought our team really hit their stride going into last week's game, played well, did it again this week. Came in here expected to play well and win. So as long as we stay after that, there's an ebb and flow in every game, but there's a vibe that gets created when you get into routine and you start building that momentum and so forth. And that's why a win tonight would have been excellent because you get a nice chunk of confidence come out of these wins. But we know who we are. I mean, there's no excuses. We need to make one more play tonight, and we didn't do that.
Michael Gallup had to drop early, and then seemed to kind of come up big at some point in the second half. Fuller had his first touchdown. What would you make of those two players in there?
I mean, that's our offense, and I think and Dak is the spearhead of everything. And his confidence that he has in all those guys. He doesn't blink. He runs the offense. He goes through his reads. Excellent communication by the coaches on the sideline. Prepping before every series. So we're getting better as an offense. And the beauty is we got more growth in front of us.
No doubt.
Cowboys
no
head coach
doubt.
Mike McCarthy after a 28-23 Eagles win over the Cowboys. Cowboys falling to 5-3 now, 2-3 away from AT&T Stadium, where obviously they're undefeated on the season. Mike McCarthy brought to you by WinStar. As the casino of the Dallas Cowboys, WinStar knows what it means to be a star. With over 10,000 of your favorite electronic games, the all-new 2-story WinStar Spa and Cascades, our luxury pool complex, WinStar really is the place to feel like a star. Please game responsibly. And to your point, and to Coach McCarthy's point, he's right. Penalties did even out at the end.
Yep.
Each team had 10, 83 yards.
It's the
People
penalties
are
that they
not
don't
seeing
call
that
that hurt
Not
the
seeing
most.
that because that's what you focus on, because you don't know how your team got beat. And you really should focus on the stops you didn't make. You should focus on your red zone offense, which has been a problem all year. You should focus on the fact that you're playing against a team that's really good rushing the passer. And we talked about it all week that maybe if you block their front, you can make plays, which they absolutely did. But continue to focus on penalties. That's fine. But if you want to, the reality is there are some issues with this team, and the issues that they have, and sometimes it happens in coverage, or they don't get enough pass rush, or they get stupid penalties themselves along the way, lining up in the neutral zone, things like that.
That hurt. That killed us. That encroachment.
But if you want to focus on officiating, and I focus on officiating because I like to know what's coming into the game. Mm-hmm. I like to know what potential calls you can get. But let's be honest, the calls were made. The one call that I don't think was made was the hands to the face.
Yeah,
to Michael Gallup.
That one, and then
why you
I
pick
know
up
the
the flag
play was short, but Schoonmaker's also being tackled prior to the ball even getting there.
Yeah, and I'm sure when we watch the All-22, there will be some holdings that we have that probably aren't called by the Cowboys.
Yeah, Micah was noticeably upset, and he should have been.
Sure, and I guarantee you that both sides got away with some stuff. But if you want to continue to focus on holding and not learn about really what your issues are and why you don't win games like this, then be that person. Be that person that put your head in the sand and don't look at the real issues. When you go to Philadelphia and you had a chance to win the game, you weren't good enough today. And McCarthy even said it. We didn't make one more play. And that's how you have to win these games. You have to go make plays, not sit there and bitch about officiating.
Get him, doggone Brian Broadus,
Let's
baby.
go to the phones.
Don't flag Brian for saying that word,
Brad
man.
Sham joining us here from Philadelphia. Brad, your takeaways as we've been breaking down a lot of various plays that ended up coming up for the Cowboys just short, some highs, some lows. Certainly a lot to unpack from this one.
Yeah, there really was, Zach. And I mean, my first big takeaway is, we all saw what happened in San Francisco.
Right.
So the first thing I want to know is, can they play with these guys? And they can. So we found out they can. Okay, now it's a game of inches. You got to get Schoonover a little deeper into the end zone, and that's probably going to be a touchdown. Your right tackle just didn't have a good night.
Nope.
And those sacks were critical in determining the outcome coming down because you made a lot of plays. And you probably, on some nights, without the mistakes, and I'm with you, I'm leaving all the officiating aside because it probably went against, both teams. I mean, for crying out loud, the Eagles gave them half a field at that last possession.
Sure did. So
let's leave that aside and concentrate on what you can do something about. And can you tight end run your routes deeper? Play caller, let's really examine why it took us, kind of a little longer than you wanted to get going. And I think that there were, and then 6 inches here and 6 inches there. Today the Eagles were better. And the biggest takeaway to me, Zach, is still, if you go out and do your business for the next 4 games, I think there's a decent chance the Eagles lose at least 1 and maybe 2 of their next 3 after their bye. And then you're both 9-3 on December 10th, and nobody would not have taken that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Brad,
I like Brad analogy.
We talked about it really all week.
Theory
potentially that they were going to need to think about doing some help, give Steele some help in this game, and I just kept watching, and it was single block, and I had just these terrible feelings that this game is going to come down to their inability to pass block. And you're absolutely right. Those sacks were just throughout the game were just devastating to this team.
Yeah, especially down the stretch, the one by Reddick and then the 2 there in the fourth quarter. And I'm pretty sure that there might have been one on a game up the middle.
Yeah, but Carter got home on one. Yeah,
that's exactly right. But I think the other 4 all came over Steele, and he just couldn't block the guy. And so, you have to look and see, okay, do we need to give him help?
Yeah.
Should we have given help? Do we need to give help next time? How does that affect everything else? And that was a big factor in the game.
What was your take on the defense's performance? I know Brian and I were looking at each other thinking, are they going to be able to get a stop? They did come out and force 3 punts there late in the fourth quarter to give the offense a chance. But as a whole, what did you think of the performance of the D?
The Philly's really good. And keep in mind, they're playing with one hand behind their back because their quarterback can't run.
Right.
But they're really good. And I think that I don't know. If you have Diggs, that's one thing. You don't have Diggs. So
let it go, y'all. You don't have Diggs.
Tight end and the 2 wide receivers, plus the backs, the way they use them, their scheme's outstanding. And I think matching up's a problem. And I really think that's one of the reasons, now having seen it, that teams don't try to run more. They're going to score, and you're just going to have to throw the ball to stay in the game with them. And that works to their advantage, because when they're wide open, you can't cover Brown. I don't know how you cover Brown. And so, I think the defense they didn't get a takeaway.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that we know for sure is the hallmark of this defense. When they don't get takeaways, then they slide a little bit closer to average.
Right.
When they do get takeaways, then they are what they want to be, and you can throw around words like dominating and elite. But they're pretty good when they don't get when they don't get takeaways, and they didn't tonight, and they needed a couple.
Yeah, they sure did, Brad. And you know what? I felt like, though, and I'm always interested to see the All-22 if there were some other things that maybe the quarterback could have seen. But I thought overall, though, in a game where there was really no running game for him to lean on, or to even, him having to drop back 40-some-odd times and try and win this football game, I don't think that was the issue today. I think he did absolutely what he had to do. They just couldn't finish this thing off, though.
I think you're 100. Did he drop back 40 times?
44 passes.
44 passes in this one.
So I would say with the resources they have devoted to their defensive front, if you can't have better balance than that, if you have to drop back 40 times, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying you're asking an awful lot.
You got to be able to press it on the edge,
that
man.
Pass rush.
We can't run
40-something plays.
the ball.
Right.
It's probably not going to happen. So, you've got to try to run, and they did try to run. They ran decently, but mainly, you got to be a little better on offense, and you cannot have. Of course, they had killer penalties too.
Right.
But the difference is things like Schoonmaker not being in the end zone instead of almost straddling the line.
Well, yeah, Brad, the replay looked like they were trying to run a pick, and Ferguson was too deep on the pick to try and get Schoonmaker's guy Blankenship. So, that's execution. That's stuff they practice down there.
Right. So can they do that? Can Schoonmaker not be a foot into the end zone instead of just outside the goal line?
To me, I think the mesh point was not good for either where they needed to be.
Okay.
I don't think it was deep enough, and maybe Ferguson was deep enough, but to me it looked like they were trying to run a pick, and they couldn't make Blankenship have to run the hump to get to Schoonmaker.
You got to draw. You got to draw up that play for Ferguson, not Schoon.
Yeah.
So it comes down
you got to
what
draw
I
up
heard
that
you
play
say a
for
minute ago,
Ferguson,
Brian,
not
which is
Schoon.
You just didn't quite play well enough tonight.
Nope, you didn't.
Brad?
And I will tell you this, I did not expect them to sweep the Philadelphia Eagles this year.
No.
I think they'll have a good chance to beat the Eagles in a month.
Agreed. I think we were looking at
True
this
that
as
now.
probably
True
a
that
split,
now.
and I
Don't
think
y'all
you're
be
absolutely
running
right.
off
They've got
on
a
the
great chance
Cowboys.
to beat them at AT&T Stadium when we see them again. Fly home safely, sir. We'll do it again next week.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good night, boys.
You as well. There he goes, the voice of your Dallas Cowboys. So much to unpack. 877-881-1053. Whether it was, the execution there at the end. I know a lot of people still, of course, talking about the officiating. We will hear from Dak Prescott. We'll hear from Stephon Gilmore. We've got more player audio. I do want to hear from you as well after a 28-23 heartbreaking Cowboys loss against the Eagles.
Man, there's a retweet because I can't play the video. But there's a retweet of this right here. I want y'all to take a look at this. This was also a very, very pivotal play. I think I'm not saying that these plays should be reviewable, but sometimes you just got to understand the aficionados. They gonna have to sometimes just go with what the play that was called on the field, man. So if the play was called on the field a touchdown, especially after you seen your guy, like the opposing team tackle the guy before the ball arrived, sometimes I know unless you got to figure out officials, because that's a clear touchdown or a penalty. So after you review the play and you see that, we also missed that this dude was tackled and he grabbing the man Johnson. You know what's going on? Like where do they allow this at? So for not only it's not a touchdown, but this dude grabbing the man Johnson, and he's pulling him to the ground before he is eligible to make a football move. You can't have a double negative to go against you. So that, my friend, the Cowboys, yes, we were hosed off of this particular play down in the red zone. I wish I could show y'all the video, but it would not allow me. If they call on the field a touchdown due to unforeseeable things that, he was also held before the ball got there, I think that would have been able to balance this thing out altogether. Okay?
Alicia $50. Next 5 games: Giants, Panthers, Commanders, Seahawks, and then Eagles at home. Doc played with a lot of confidence, and we can build on that.
Yeah, well, Melisha, appreciate you so much for the big super chat. For the $50 super chat. I really appreciate you. I really do. I really appreciate you for that. And Dak did come away from this game with 376 yards. I think the last play, they're not going to count that as yardage for CeeDee Lamb because it was a fumble, right? But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. You on the road. You getting hosed. Your defense stepped up in the final series there. if there were a few plays that the Cowboys wanted to get back, I promise you it would be, hey, which direction that they go with the ball. Granted, Dak Prescott played lights out. I wish that the Cowboys just listened sometimes. If they were just listen to us sometimes, we would have been better off. Tony Pollard is a damn good runner. We love what Tony Pollard brings to the table. We love what Rico brings to the table. But to me, in order for us, because I don't like Dak Prescott throwing the ball for 44 times, even though he was eligible to do it. But this game could have been put away if we had a determined runner to mix and speed off of Tony Pollard. That's just all I'm saying. If we had an ability to allow Tony Pollard to be used and spliced in versus being the end-all, be-all back, then it would have been a better situation for us. Better situation for us. That's my thoughts on that. I could be 1,000,000% wrong on this. But I think that we need a balanced approach to this game, and I think it would have been able to be put away a whole lot sooner if the Cowboys were to have that. Tony, he did a good job at times, but I think that we just need to have it a different way. And I'm not saying, hey, go back and get Zeke or any of those things, but we had options to bring in a running back so that you can get those safeties out of those out of those coverages, I meant to say. That's all I'm saying, right? And I'm not pinning this L on nobody. But we really appreciate you so much for your support. Let's see if 105 back and let me know when they have Dak Prescott at the podium.
The Supers.
Yes, indeed. We got to figure that thing out, man. Dak did his thing. Still, woo! We got to give hey, man, Terrence still coming off of that ACL. We had to know that he's going to be a grade lower than what he did last year and a step slower. We got to understand that. And it's still playing to the levels where you want to put Josh Ball in? No. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
He still ain't playing to that level, right? You know what I'm saying? We did held AJ to a bad situation there. We did. But this goes to show you that football come down to that moments. These games come down to that small little moment of one or two plays. The 2-point conversion was called pretty well. Hey, Dak just had big feet, stepped out of bounds. But we had to give him good credit for that touchdown, but we had to take away some of it for that doggone stepping out of bounds. I feel y'all, man. But the way this game was going, I even seen Brandon Aubrey kick a ball and it went out of bounds, so who knows?
We'll try and figure out with route depths, things like that. You know, I think the biggest play that was the most unfortunate play was the Prescott 2-point play. Because he had the corner, he just couldn't quite turn it, and you see him, he's going to try to extend the ball,
yeah, and
he knows that he has to push off his outside foot to get there, and it just you're so close to that sidelines, it's a tough way to go out, but hell of an effort to try and get it there. He knew what he had to do, he just couldn't quite turn the corner quick enough to make it happen.
This was interesting, and you're right. I mean, that play was one we circled. Probably one of the biggest of the game. You get that 2-point conversion. You're in a position where you can kick a field goal to tie. Maybe this game goes to overtime. I saw this from Ed Werder. Cowboys' loss largely the result of continued poor execution in the red zone. They ranked 29th in red zone touchdown percentage and 31st in goal-to-go touchdown percentage.
The goal-to-go problem is big because they just don't the closer they get, it restricts what offense they have. And maybe that was a little bit different when you had a guy like Ezekiel Elliott and you're able to kind of get shoe-to-shoe in there, and then he's able to always fall forward and get those tough yards. And that's something that the Cowboys will probably look back at. And they really don't have, when you look at the way that they throw the football, I was worried that they weren't going to have a good enough 2-point play to run. We saw that when we were in Oxnard. There were 5 straight times that they ran these 2-point plays with picks and and things with Cooks and Ferguson and all that, I'm thinking, man, this is going to be okay with the creativity then, but we have not seen anything like that at all. It's been extremely tough. They've had problems with some blocks at the point of attack, whether that's tight end blocking. They've had problems with Steele. They've had Tyron Smith has missed blocks this year. Smith's missed blocks. When you get down there, the last thing you could do is miss a block.
Yeah.
It turns into a negative play or a no gain. And they've had a few of those this year.
All right, I do want to get to the phones. I know we got a lot of people that are lined up trying to get in. 877-881-1053, always the number to call and the number to text. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus here on the official postgame of your Dallas Cowboys. Phones brought to you by the National Medal of Honor Museum. Join the mission at mohmuseum.org.
No doubt, man. We're going to let them continue to roll. We're going to let them continue to roll, and then we'll jump on with our on Q&A. Normally, I do this for 30 minutes to an hour, and then we'll open up the phone lines, and then let's say for here, hour and 30. Let's try to do an hour and 30 post-game show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, though. Before we get
on the timeout on the fourth down,
go ahead.
And I'm saying to myself, you got to go to Ferguson if you can man him up one-on-one, and flat out missed him. I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
I was too. I was with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an easy. I mean, everybody keeps wanting to go back and say we're one play away. You got a timeout handed to you, and your two main players, your coach and your quarterback, which are the leaders of your team, and they can't come up with a better play than that. I mean, me being able to know that you need to go to your tight end there, and them not knowing that is. I mean, that just shows you what's wrong with the Cowboys. Well, I mean, we can keep going over this every week. It's been 30 years since I've called in to the Cowboys, but every week it's when a game matters, it's the same thing every time.
Kyle,
it's about winning or losing. Either you're a winner or you're
don't go that far, Kyle.
Kansas City today, they can play bad and they win. You can see it in Philadelphia, they play bad and they win. Dallas, they can't win when it matters, and it comes down to your coach and your quarterback. Fourth down, Philadelphia hands you a gift.
I hear you, Kyle. Thank you.
Kyle,
a lot of the things he's saying there, I know you wanted to interject and say something.
I did. I was, the thing that I wanted to say is I felt like that anybody in the Eagles secondary you could have thrown the ball on and probably got a completion. That's why I'm interested to see where Ferguson was. And I guarantee you're saying Ferguson, man. Zach saying it that he was open. If in fact he was, they missed an opportunity. That's on the quarterback. The quarterback's got to see that. But me, I don't think
y'all was crucifying me when I said it. Y'all give Brian Broaddus the heat. Don't give me the heat.
Any ball his direction was going to probably be a catch. So that's the thing about it. He thought he could take a shot with Tolbert and make it happen, and it didn't work out that way. Unfortunately, that's
he didn't lose the game though. Quentin, I'm not saying that Dak was the problem though, but you just got to go to.
Hey guys.
Hold on.
I got a comment and then I have a question.
Before he says something, I'm just saying, in this game, this is the type of game you go with CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, and who was our third guy? CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson. Those are my two options right there. And I get it. Don't y'all nail me to the cross, baby. I'm just saying, you got to go to your bread and butters, man. And then Brandon Cooks. Those are my orders. That's all I'm saying. Before the game, he even kicked off.
Although Did you tweet at me tonight?
33.
Did you tweet at me that tonight?
He is just running around out there and has no idea what he's doing.
Now this is when Leighton Vander Esch, the loss of him really hurts you in games like this. With Damone Clark, and Damone Clark has played better the last couple of weeks, but in games like this, and. I've said all along though I didn't think Kearse played particularly well tonight, and I got killed for talking about my Malik Hooker tape, but I think Malik Hooker can't run, and Wilson. Hell, he tried to.
Jordan Lewis was getting picked on. Quite a bit.
Jordan Lewis was another one.
Jordan Lewis, one of the guys you got to get off the field too.
At the trade deadline, I'm sitting there talking about go get a corner or go get a linebacker, go get somebody. That's the thing with Evans. He gets an opportunity to play tonight. What does he do? He gets a
face mask.
A face mask play where he rips the guy's damn helmet off.
Several times, Eagles got awarded great field position for stupid penalties like
two
that.
times,
the ball off out of bounds, and then all of a sudden you rip the guy's helmet off. How stupid is that? And you want to know why you lose games. There's exhibit 1 and 2 just to start, probably 7 other ones that you're going to find when you look at this tape.
All right, let's sneak in one more call
One
here,
more
and then
call.
we'll come back. We'll get back to your phone calls. We'll also hear from Dak Prescott. Let's go to LaShawn in Little Elm. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Zach? What's up, Brian, man? Thank you guys for having me on, man. I want to say your quarterback gave you a chance. Yeah, he wasn't perfect. He needed to be, but that's the problem with your roster, though.
Right.
And the coaches are not maximizing this roster, man. You got offensive liabilities. You got coaching liabilities on games management and scheming up plays when you need to scheme up plays. And then that fourth down play, like 88 and 87, we all know you should be going to 88 and 87 on that fourth down play.
Sure.
That's my take on it, man. What do you guys think about that?
No, I'm with you, Lashad. And like I said, I did think, just from the TV copy, it looked like
You
Ferguson
immediately
won.
screamed that Ferguson was open.
It looked like he was wide open. He won off the line, and I'm surprised because Dak usually is looking to make that throw over the middle. I was surprised he went out to go to Tolbert, and I think Brad and Babe were talking about it. I know the TV call was talking about it as well. Regardless on that situation, if you're not going to go to Ferguson, to LaShawn, to your point, go to your best player, which is CeeDee Lamb.
At least they will give you. They probably give you a call.
I'm sure we'll see that there was a missed opportunity there.
There's missed opportunity. I'm not going to beat up Dak for that, though, y'all.
As well.
All right,
but it's just a missed
Dak
opportunity.
Prescott, I appreciate everybody who's calling in and being part of this one. We will hear from you all night long as the postgame rolls on until 9:30. The text as well, 877-881-1053. We'll hear from Dak Prescott on the other side. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. So when they come off of commercial break, y'all let me know. Please let me know so I can be right on point because I can't play the commercial break through this feed here. So y'all let me know when Dak is live. But we got to pay some bills right quick. So this game was also brought to you by Prize Picks. We are almost close to $3,000 over here with Prize Picks. Appreciate them so much for what they do for the nation. Appreciate y'all, man, so much for subscribing and being part of that. But tonight, 2 picks for $40 for $120. Brandon Aubrey and Jake Elliott. They were not even used in the second half due to the fact that the Eagles came out of the second half with an unbelievable game plan, especially with the third quarter. Third quarter really scapped us in the third quarter. Not only did they put up, 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, they also killed the clock. They had the ball for like 11 minutes in the third quarter. So that was really killed us. They executed their game plans in the third. I would say this, though. That deep play that my guy Jordan Lewis just got cooked in on that third quarter, that if I could just create a time machine, jump in that mug and tell Coach, whisper to him like, hey, man, I give it what you're saying with Jordan Lewis, man. He's a real good guy. Put Izzy in there. Let's just see something, man. Because God Almighty made Izzy to be 6. How tall is Izzy, y'all? Shout out to Prize Picks, man. Y'all be sure to download Prize Pick and use promo code LAW. But I want to know, man, how tall is Izzy? How tall is Izzy? How tall is Izzy Mukwamu? Let me know. How tall is he? Is he 6 foot? Is he 5'11"? Is he 5'11"? Is he 5'10"? Oh my goodness, man. J. Lou on Godard yesterday, not Godfrey. He's 6'3", 6'4". Can he play inside at all, y'all? Oh my goodness, man. But it is what it is.
Hi, on.
It's still on commercial break. So outside of that, the Cowboys defense, although they allowed 28 points, in the fourth quarter, the defense kind of reeled in and settled down just a little bit, just enough. But what really killed us, in my opinion, was that third quarter. It was the third quarter. What also really killed us, JT says too tall for the slot. Well, he played slot against the Buccaneers, man, in that playoff game. I thought he did a good job there. At least put somebody in Wanye. How tall Wanye? Can Wanye play down inside the slot? Can Wanye play down inside the slot? Give me somebody, man. I wouldn't say anybody, but give me somebody, man. Give me somebody other than Jordan Lewis tonight, man. Oh, my goodness. Outside of that, I think we stopped the run pretty well. We slowed down AJ pretty well. But Bland, oh, my goodness, he did a serviceable job in this entire game. He did give up a deep pass to Smitty, and that's one-on-one coverage. If Jalen Hurts had any pass in him, it would have been that. It's that pass right there that he was able to execute. But what ultimately happened was the play with the face mask with Rashaan Evans coming down on special teams, gave them a shorter field. Yeah. D-Law was a non-factor in this game. This is from Martinez. Appreciate you. Do we have any other super chats? Y'all let me know. Let me see if we got. We got a few super chats here. Appreciate everybody, man. Let's answer these super chats.
And cuts into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
We're going to get to these super chats.
That was the double move. And that was a similar thing to what we saw Keenan Allen get Deron Bland a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And fortunately, Justin Herbert wasn't able to make the throw. Jalen Hurts did there. And Deron Bland, who, again, I think for the most part, had himself a good game.
Yeah, I think once he kind of
that one got him.
Yeah, I think that there were some things that he was able to figure out of the guys that were playing the press man coverage. He seemed to be the most competent of the guys that were playing. I think that maybe that with Gilmore, there's issues with Gilmore in the way that that he plays. But I felt like that Bland battled when he had to battle, and but again, unfortunately, that it wasn't good enough. Early in that football game. The Eagles took it to them pretty good, and in the second half, the two drives to start the second half were, they needed to get stops. They got stops, you didn't get stops, and that kind of was starting to be the difference of the game.
Yeah, a couple of times it seemed like they had a chance to get off the field. You did have that one call on Gilmore for PI, which I didn't see anything. That was a little bit of a phantom call there.
Yeah, that play, that was phantom.
All right, let's go and hear from your quarterback, Dak Prescott, and then I promise you'll get back to your reaction after a 28-23 Eagles win over our Cowboys. We will get the rematch at AT&T Stadium coming up in about a month. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout, Brian Broaddus, as we'll get to Dak here in just a second. And again, a lot of feedback, and there always will be. The quarterback is the most polarizing position in all of sports.
Yep.
You win, quarterback gets the praise. You lose, he's going to get all the blame. And I do want to stress this. You're not in the game without Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was asked to be perfect today because of everything you outlined there, Brian.
Yep.
The run game. Yep. I think the one thing you could look at is the final drive. The sack there, Terrence Steele was bad. Some people are texting in, hey, should Dak, you can't take a sack. Throw that ball away. Sure, I would have liked to see that as well. Mm-hmm. But a couple of plays, the sequence of events there, there was a lot of reasons why. Maybe the false start, delay game, that's not on him, right? That Tyler Smith, false starts. Tyler Biadasz doesn't get the snap off.
Tyler Biadasz had been snapping the ball right at 1-0.
And there were a couple times Dak's clapping to get the ball. Yeah. Get me the ball.
Yeah.
But
Biadasz
that's the one thing I'll say is just the frustration of, man, you really want your quarterback to go and find a way to get that ball in the end zone. And I think we all thought that it was going to happen. You didn't think that it was going to be 4th and goal from the 25-yard line once you had it at 1st and 5 at the 6.
1st and 5.
That's the sequence of those plays did not help you at all. But it goes back to really when you ask your quarterback to be your primary guy, and in this game against the Eagles, asking him to throw the ball 40 times in this game was probably going to be not great.
It hasn't been a recipe for success.
Not for him, it hasn't. I mean, when Dak's numbers are generally like 22 of 28 or 23 of 27.
Bigger dish was a smaller dish.
That's generally, he didn't have a turnover.
Oh, my goodness,
tonight.
man.
The protection at times was not great. Having to deal with all that. If they did get a little bit more protection at time, I guarantee you there are going to be some routes that are open.
Yes.
That when we look back at the sack,
some plays.
And you're going to go, well, damn, if he'd had 2 seconds more, then they would have found a way to that could have been a huge play.
Again, I think when you lose games, everybody is going to
It's
get
easy
criticized.
to blame him. It's easy to blame him.
You didn't lose the game solely because of Dak Prescott.
Exactly.
I don't think that anybody
We're not
you're
saying
trying to say
that.
that. I don't want people to think that. But I do think certain plays, like referencing that final drive, it's fair to criticize.
No,
and
absolutely.
It's fair to
No, they crucify me over here for
And,
criticizing them.
But they, like I say, I need better from the play caller. I need better from the offensive line coach. I need better from the offensive line. I need better from the running game.
Execution from your tight ends.
Your tight end. Yeah, I need. There's so many things that go in to losing football games, and we get lazy and blame it on the quarterback.
Yep.
A lot of the time.
I hear you. All right, let's go to Dak, courtesy of AT&T, the official 5G innovation partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Blockchain. Trust the team at blockchain.com to make buying, selling, and trading crypto easy. Play smarter, not harder with blockchain.com. Here's Dak Prescott.
Clarence Hill for Worcester Telegram. Game of interest, you just talk about, you guys were so close a couple of times with the Schoonmaker and you down 2-point conversion in at the end, see this couple yards short.
Yeah, you said it. It's a game of inches. That's why you got to love this game. It's tough. It's tough to win. We fought our asses off. Obviously, they did. Great NFC's matchup. They came out with it tonight. But as you just said, an inch or two on one of those three plays, and we could be talking about a different outcome. So, but they got this one. Sucks. We're going to take it. We're going to move forward and use the fight, use a lot of the success. A lot of good things came out of this game despite the loss. On the road, division game, great opponent they are, success that they've had in their environment. As I said, it sucks in the moment, but
learn from it.
Take from this and use as we keep going.
Dak talks with you. It's been CD Lamb and what he's been able to do these last few weeks. You've told us before it's about the work you guys have all put in. Is there anything above and beyond that where you guys just feel like you're locked in with each other?
I mean, it goes back to the work. It goes back to the chemistry, the trust. A lot of guys put in work in the offseason. There's many days where it was just me and CD, to be honest with you. So, I mean, and when that happens, there becomes, communication, a chance to talk, a chance to just get on the same page. And as I said last week and before, I mean, you got to credit Mike, Shotty, those guys for the designs and putting him in favorable matchups. And then obviously it's just CD Lamb being CD Lamb, being a big-time player, some run after catch, making big-time catches, and wanting the ball, wanting to be in those positions, wanting to be in those situations, as we talked about probably a month ago, right, from the frustration. And that's where that came from, is he knows what he can bring to this team. He knows what he can do with the ball in his hand, and it's just been consecutive weeks now that he's continued to show that, and don't expect anything to change.
You get down to the 6 on that last drive. After starting that to 15, what's going through your mind? Because you get down there pretty quickly.
I mean, at no point in my mind throughout that game did I think anything different. Obviously, it sucked in the first possession, or that second to last possession, not converting that fourth down, but having tons of trust in our defense. They go out there and they do what they need to do, get us the ball back, and with under a minute left, still got trust that we're going to go out there and we're going to trust and faith just in our guys and what the work that we've put in, that we're going to get it done. And yeah, we got close. We got close. We're doing things the right way. We just got an inch here, an inch there, make that difference, and we'll find a way to gain that.
Yeah, one little inch tonight.
You talk about trust. You went to Luke Schoonmaker and Jalen Tolbert in some big moments. How have you developed that trust in a lot of these supplementary weapons outside of CD and those guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing things the right way. They come in each and every day with the right approach. Young guys who are hungry to learn, young guys who are hungry to make plays. They want more responsibility, and when you see them make catches and make plays like that's what it comes from, is them practicing the right way, them being in the right spot, doing things at practice, making those catches at practice when we compete and go against our defense, and then when you get out here, you just have trust. I mean, I've talked about it before. That's me just going through my reads, trusting the guys that coaches put in those spots, and these young guys have been stepping up and making plays.
When you guys got down to the goal line, it looked like you signaled that 71 was eligible. Can you take us through the
That's, I mean, yeah, obviously, everybody saw I did.
Oh, they did? Come on,
officials. I don't know
officials.
why he didn't give me a yes or a no. He looked like Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I assumed after I did it enough times that I was wasting his time, and then so, yeah, I really don't understand that. And he said that he's got to do it himself, and Chuma said he did it, and so I just went to make sure, but I thought I didn't hear it over the intercom. Obviously, I've got stuff going in my head, so that's why I checked with him. And
bull sugar, man. The aficionados hosed us then.
Could report for him, but you learn something every day.
So they hosed us, man. I knew it was something. Come on, baby.
After this 28-23 loss, and it did seem you could tell specifically on that Udoka call.
Yeah.
That he did. I mean, he told him he was eligible.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is
they hosed us, baby.
Like you said,
they hosed us, man.
71's an eligible receiver, and when you didn't hear that, then you have to assume that the officials didn't check in. So Udoka, maybe he did say something. Maybe that Trey Blake did not hear him, or
Trey Blake, open up your ears.
Dak tried to, but yeah, if you're the one checking in, you have to report to the official.
All right, we will react more to Dak's comments there, plus your calls and texts. But right now, let's pause 10 seconds.
So he checked in. So I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take off a little more heat. These officials, baby. Hey, he said that he checked in with the doggone aficionados. 71 said that he checked in with the aficionados. So that series right there, they took 7 points off the board from us, man. Come on, man. No doubt. They all right, let me get to these super chats, man. Thank those who support the nation. We get to these super chats right here. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. All right. Here we go right here. We got 24/7 Cowboy for the $4.99. Still got beat with a grandma switch. Yeah, get out of there. Get back in that house. Hot Wheels, tracks, yes, indeed. Extension cords, anything, man. Yeah, he got beat on that last one. KC Podcast from the closet. From the closet, bro. Appreciate you, man, for your super chat. It says, still need to go to confessions and then to the bench. Yes, indeed. Andre Robinson says, run 40 amps, damn it. He can move the power. Tony too light. Yeah, in the cakes. Pause. What's going on today? Hey. All right. Dirty Sanchez says, I don't like seeing Dak diving for the goal line. I would much rather see him try to power it in like a power back. I mean, he is big enough. Pause again, right? And put pause again. Yeah. Mike Leslie says, appreciate you for your $5 super chat as well. Dak had his usual good game against the Eagles. Game was as nail biting as I thought, and it was gonna be. That was the game of the week by far. Yeah, it was a tough loss for us. Hopefully the Cowboys can figure things out, and the Eagles, they got to go into the teeth of their schedule. Although they do have a bye week. I said this before. I think that the Eagles should have played us last week, but that's a whole nother story. Gallup dropped the before the half, fell 2 points at the end. Yeah. Appreciate you for your support. Yes, indeed.
Check this out.
All right, so let's go back over it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of these episodes. Let's go. Let me see if they're back from commercial break, and then we might do something else.
And there was really no place for him to make a step or to try. Sometimes you got to be careful, because if the pocket gets compressed and you're trying to throw the ball away and you get hit and they rule that a fumble, because it's the ball's got knocked loose early and it's an open hand, all you guys are talking about the officiating. You want to put that in the official's hands? If he gets hit in the pocket trying to throw it away, I wouldn't. I sure wouldn't.
I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, I would have loved him to throw it away.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You absolutely want him to throw it away, But hey, that's without really seeing what his situation was in the pocket. And my gut feeling was I think it got pretty compressed on him.
All right, we will get back to your calls, 877-881-1053, as we continue to unpack this 28-23 loss to the Eagles, which has everybody fired up and emotional. There's nothing worse than losing to Filthy, and I feel the sadness along with you. We'll hear from you next. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag and Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment.
No doubt. Back in the folds here. Got another super chat from Keith Floyd. Says, worst officiating crew, and it doesn't matter. At the NFL, we respect a number of mistakes with this team. We did beat Philly, and we will show them up. Yes, and I at the end of the day, nobody's going to mention the officials, man, on those 4-letter, 3-letter networks. And when we talk about the officials, they only going to say, hey, those are excuses. D'Angelo Brown says, thank you for the $2 super chat. We can split with the Eagles, Cowboy Nation. Yeah. And then Byron, man, thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate you for your support. With all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what we're going to do now, it is close to the top of the hour. We would like to know your thoughts. Let's keep it within a minute or such. We're going to open up the phone lines and get things going from here. Appreciate y'all. Win, lose, or draw, we do this. And we don't run away from no smoke. So if you are an Eagle fan, you can call in. You got a minute as well. All right, so with that being said, right now the Cowboys are second place in our division right now. Keep this in mind. You don't win the Super Bowl in Week 9 for your mind.
Give me my thing, you.
Call my phone, hit my
657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Got a lot of things we can pick up from this game. Hey, y'all know who balled out to me? Marquise Bell. He played pretty good in this game.
There are 8 participants in the conference.
Mobbing with my brothers, there's no question, keep it real. Whether we East Coastin' or we in the Haven Hills. In the poppin' straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you callin' bluffs, I show and prove it, it's for real.
3 points.
Son of God,
3 points.
the sun is saying.
No more than 3 points. You can give me 3 points, and we ain't gonna.
The conference has been locked.
We got 23 people in here, man. So for the 23 people that called in, y'all live. All right, so I got my guy Cam. You're live on the Nation.
Man, what up, dog, man?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me.
I want to say we because we were at, we be talking before you meet us and stuff.
Right.
I just want y'all to know we in the chat we really didn't even blame this on Dak.
Right.
We really because. And I told them that you really can't blame it on the refs because the refs got us from our own 17 to our, to the Philadelphia 11. To the Philadelphia 11-yard line. But we just shot ourselves in the foot, not being disciplined. But all in all, it was a good game. Dak played better. I feel like this was one of his better games, even though we lost. I feel like this was one of those games where, he stepped up and made plays when they counted because he was throwing some throws that you was like, man, wow. And the way that Ferguson and especially Lamb, the way they was playing, and then Gallup with a few critical catches that he did to make up for the one that he missed on that 3rd and 3rd before going into halftime. All that was good. Like I said, I'm pissed because Terrence Steele was getting beat a lot tonight, and like I said, we on our own 11, and then it was 1st and 5. Then we got moved back 5 yards, so it still made it a 1st and 10, and then you end up, getting beat, and that getting sacked, and then it just like stuff just went down here from that.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Cam. Thank you so much, bro. Yes, indeed. So when y'all calling in, shout out to you, Cam. Give me your 1 or 2 points, 3 at the most, and then we'll work from there. But I get what you're saying, but we're 53 minutes in, and I can't go 2-3 hours long with this show tonight. All right, so give me your 3 points. Jump in. Be courteous of the time. You got a lot of people on the line right here, so jump in, jump out. T, man, you're live, man. Talk to me.
What's up with it, Law? It's your boy T. Hey, man. First point we're going to make is politics, Law.
Right.
We got to bring this up. The politics have to be addressed. We need to see more players on this field. The best player needs to be on the field, and they need to have a rotation. Secondly, Dak, I love the play from Dak today.
Yeah.
Even though we took the L, there's no moral victories at all, but I like the measuring stick of where we are. We know that we can compete.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We know we can compete. Last point. When it comes down to this offensive line, okay, Terrence Steele, Chuma needs to get reps. That's all I'm gonna say, Law. I love what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Let me say this with the hey, that's a good format. No, hey, I ain't mean to cut you off like that, Cam, but that's just how it goes tonight. All right, so yes, if we correct our issues, we can look back at this game. And of course, a lot of people say, hey, they don't want the learning moments. But right now, you can look at what the coaching staff was able to conjure up. Man, they're going to go back and say, dog, we let this one go. All right, I got Soul Goddess. You're live on The Nation. Talk to me. Brought to you by Prize Picks.
All right, how you doing, Nation? Like we were saying in the chat, we did a lot of chatting. First point I'm going to make, I agree, politics, that got to be addressed because after the first half, you saw some egregious non-calls if you go back and watch the film. I mean, you said don't blame it on the refs, but I blame it a little. It's 50-50, 50 on the ref, 50 on the offense. Second point I got to make, when you down to like within the 11 to the 5, you need to run the ball. I've been saying it all year every time I call in Law. Put 40 in there and run Rico and 40 up to the and just get it in. It's only 5 yards. Had it been Zeke, that would have been a touchdown. And that's really all I got to say because I said everything I needed to say in the chat.
No doubt.
Have a good night.
Hey, appreciate you. So, yeah, we've been talking about these micro issues. It's not major. That's why you play the regular season so you can be prepped for the postseason. So if we correct some of these small micro things, it will propel us and push us over. And for me, I look at how we did call some of the plays at the end. This game is of inches, and the Cowboys need to correct those small little things in order to win games like this, especially against a team who just been in the Super Bowl. So you want to be able to match those type of things. Good point, though, by the way. Ocean Springs, man, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, all? This is Jay from Ocean Springs, bro.
What's good?
Good things, bro. A game like this made me really wish that they would have at least tried to call the Titans about Derrick Henry because we really could have used a power run game in this game. The second thing, even though this is a hard pill to swallow, this is a loss that I can deal with because we did match the Eagles' intensity. And if we can keep this intensity for the rest of the season, we are going to be a problem going down the stretch. That's all I got to say, man.
Man, good call, man. Ooh, y'all working today, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I got my guy, man. Scott, man, you live on The Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, what's up, man? All right, 3 points. One, I said before when I called in during halftime that when a shark sees blood, it goes for the kill. They did not go after Hurts like I thought they would in the second half when he hurt his knee. That's 1 point. Point 2, man, we definitely need a better run game. We miss Zeke. I hate to say it, but we do miss Zeke. I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but we see what we do miss him. Last point, man, they got to come to our house, and I'm going to make sure I'm to that game like last year. We're going to win the next time. We're going to win this time. Period.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, correct a few of those things, man. From a philosophy aspect, we just going to say this straight up, man. We ain't going to be a power run team. And we just ain't gonna be that. You know, I look back at how this team just run the ball. We're gonna be a finesse run team, which that's cool. But I think that the one play that we got Rico going, and I was like, yeah, Rico. Then we seen flag on the field. Yeah. I think that play the ref should never call that play on Schoonmaker, man. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Scott.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed. That play right there when they call what they call holding on Schoonmaker after Rico did that run, and then was that the series that Michael Gallup dropped the ball? That series right there scapped us. Philly, y'all won, but what scapped me was that play and that other play that extended the drive, and I think that they scored off of that, off of a play that Gilmore, they call defensive pass interference or something like that. Those two plays right there, that scapped me right there. All right, I got J-May, you live. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll get it to it quick. First point, Law, I'm going to say is I'm disappointed in the situational awareness. You know, the Luke Schoonmaker touchdown, the Dak stepping out of bounds, the kicking game out of bounds that gave them a short field. I'm disappointed in that. Second, I'm disappointed in the adjustments. You know, Mike McCarthy should have made some adjustments. Steele was getting beat pretty much the whole first half, and I'm surprised that they didn't give him some help in the second half. And my final one, I'm just going to say, as far as the reps go, I know that, you know, we can just blame them all day. The one I'm really disappointed at is Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
How they threw the flag and then they picked it up, man. I'm so disappointed in that because that was a big play, my man.
Yeah.
Thank you for all you do, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Brother.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for calling in, man. Jumping right to it, man. My guy from, is it James from Jacktown, dog? You live on the Nation.
Yeah. Well, all right, what's up, Law?
That's good. It was good, man. All is well. Can't complain.
I ain't gonna be on long. But all that I got to say is we need to play a little bit more discipline. And
Yep.
I see growth in us. Can
Yep.
y'all see Dak didn't throw an interception doing that drive?
Nah. I didn't see him.
I mean, I saw some happiness out of this, man. We got some growth going. Y'all get happy. We play ball.
Yep.
We played ball, man. The refs did their thing, but we played ball, and I see some growth going. Dak didn't throw an interception.
No, he didn't. He definitely didn't throw one.
These the big games. Everybody complained about him throwing interceptions in, and he didn't throw an interception when it came down to the wire. I see the growth in our team.
No doubt, bro.
How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? Appreciate you, man. Hey, he said he see growth. Hey, I see what he see. All right, so Fargo, man, you live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
Hey, Law. First point, big ups to new media. You, Boss, Coach Marv, Amp, Big Game James holding it down for everybody. Bless, man.
Appreciate you.
Second point, the number is 4. And third point, Law, they can call, they can text, they can Motorola Skyway 2 cell pager, they can beep us all they want, but we still them boys.
We still them
Holla.
boys, man.
Peace, y'all.
Appreciate you, man. Ooh-wee, boy, we rolling, baby. Yes, indeed. I can go get some of this food. Doctor, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's going on, Brother Law in Cowboy Nation? Hey, man, I'm going to make this quick. I'll be talking quick. Hope you can catch it. Hey, I just want to say, man, what a game. What a game. Broadus, Sham was speaking facts, man. The only thing with Sham, I kind of want us to not get unfocused. He said, well, Philly's going to lose the next 4, potentially lose the next 4 games, but we got to worry about our 4 games. Let's take care of Commanders and everybody else in front of us. Right now, we're seated 6. We got the division leaders in front of us, and 49ers own the tiebreaker with 6, Seattle 7th. Now, I want my Cowboy fans to understand when we say go make the trades. Now you understand why we're saying.
Now they see what we're talking about. Yeah.
Exactly. I know the Cowboys WLOG. Okay, I understand that. And I just want my Cowboy fans to think about this. Don't even think about the next meeting with the Eagles. Let's focus on the task in hand in front of us. We'll see them again, but don't even bring that shit up. Let's focus on these next 4 games that we got going on. Take care of business. D-Law, man, what is going on, man? He only played. I'm telling you, like I told you before, Law. He only shows up against the Giants, man. I don't know why. Maybe
say, hey, next week, man. D-Law gonna have about 3 sacks.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God!
Mark my words. He only shows it with the Giants.
Well, let me ask you this though. Would you gave up what they gave up, a second or something like that for Montez Sweat? Would you give up a second, a third? It was a third, right? A third for Montez Sweat.
I don't think so. I think I would just get Sam Williams out there and maybe bring in Fowler. But I don't think I would have given up a third for Sweat, man. I mean, Sweat is good, but I don't think I would have given
at the trade deadline. Who would you would have gotten for DB?
For DB, I think I would have. Obviously Kane, but I would have gone. Yeah. I would have got Johnson, man, because then you can shift Bland back in the slot, and now you're still on beat. Now he's not a Diggs, but at least you'll put Bland back in the slot, and you would have the kid Johnson out of Chicago. So that's where I would have went. I would have tried to go Surtain. We knew that was going to be kind of impossible.
Right.
Now you got Johnson. He's out there. These owners and his son Jethro, man, they just don't make these trades, and you've got to make the trades, man. That's why a lot of your fans were saying, "Oh, our team is this, our team is that." No, man, we're saying this for a reason. You need trades.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this, and I love the 3-point theory, man, because it's better than a 1 minute timer, right? But I would say this though, Doc. You're right. I think Gilmore, he's not gonna kill you. Gilmore's not going to kill you all game. You know what I'm saying? Like being out there, basically. He gonna mess up 1 or 2 times, but primarily he's not going to get you killed. My thing is, my guy inside, J. Lou going to get you killed. Bland is not going to get you killed. Bland did give up a touchdown, but he did made some plays out there. But Lou going to get you killed, man.
Yep. Last quick thing, Love. I know you got other callers. So, like I said, I'm over in the Caribbean, so I didn't get a chance to watch the Cowboy games because the Caribbean is closest to Miami. So I'm getting the Dolphins game and the Falcons game, right? So
right.
I listen to you play by play. But didn't I hear something about? I think I heard you say Dallas Goedert. Did he break his arm or something? Or somebody? I heard something about his arm was injured.
He was injured, but I didn't get the update on that, so I'm gonna have to check Twitter or somebody can let me know.
Okay, I say that to say this, Cowboys fans, they suffered some injuries this day. Now, lucky for them, they got the bye week next week.
Yeah.
But hang in there, Cowboy fans. I promise you, man. Let's take care of what's in front of us. Don't even worry about December whenever we play them again, because we're going to see them. We just need our players to play healthy, maybe make some little adjustments, and we're going to be all right, man. Right now, we're sitting at 6. We're sitting at 6 right now because the 49ers own the tiebreaker. They're at 5 right now.
No doubt.
But we're going to be all right, man. That's all I really want to say, Law. I appreciate it, man,
you.
as always.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. So I do like the 3-point theory, man. Y'all get your 3 points in, and then we can go conversation from there. All right, let's go with my guy. We still got 11 people in here, so I appreciate you. I got Swayze, man, from the 908. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
This is Swayze, the objective Cowboys fan here, giving objective analysis.
No doubt.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to make this quick, but Mike McCarthy lost us the game. Just a lot of decision-making that he did. First of all, the 4th and 3 going into the end of the first half.
Yeah.
You can't settle for 3 points there. Like, you really can't. Your defense hasn't stopped them all half. They haven't stopped them all half. 3 points does nothing for you. So, all right.
I thought it was 4th. Was it 4th and 8 or was it 4th and 3? Because I'm seeing it from the Brock. It was 4th and 3?
It was 4th and 3. I'm talking about the one when Amari Cooper dropped. I mean, not Amari Cooper, but Michael Gallup. Well, I wish we had Amari Cooper, but we chose Michael Gallup anyway. That's another story. But Michael Gallup dropped the pass. I think it was like 4th or 3 at the time, and we had a decision to make. He ended up kicking the field goal. We went up 17-14, and from there, I said that killed the whole momentum of the game.
Yeah.
We was driving, it could not stop us, and then we chose to just play conservative for some reason. The Eagles didn't play conservative. Like, you got to know the complexity of the game. The way the game was, they couldn't stop us. We couldn't stop them. You had to go for it on 4th and 3 there. A field goal does nothing for you, but that's cool. But even when we was down 17-28 at that time, and it was 4th and goal, at that point, make a decision. Do you want to be aggressive or do you want to play conservative? You can't pick and choose. At that point, all right, you want to go for it on 4th and goal and not kick the field goal when you could be up a one-possession game. That's the thing about Mike McCarthy. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Like, he's so undecisive when it comes to decision-making within a football game, and those are key decisions. Number 2, I'm not gonna hold you. Jerry Jones lost us this season. The season's over. The fact that he told us that he's not looking to trade anyone to upgrade his team during the trade deadline, that told me all I need to tell you. He don't care about Super Bowls. He just cares about how many tickets that we sold, what's the media, what's the ratings. That's what he cares about. He doesn't care about winning Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Why not even try to go get a Derrick Henry? Why not try to go get
boy, you
Aaron
cooking,
Donald?
boy,
Why
Swayze.
not try to go get another wide receiver or another cornerback?
All
He don't care
right.
about Super
Now, what's the
Bowls.
third point? What was the third point? Now, what's the third point? Boy, you cooking on that one.
In the third point, and again, I think Dak Prescott had an amazing game. It's probably one of his best games. It was an Alex Smith Kansas City Chiefs game. You know what I'm saying? Like he played good. He made some quite decision making, but when it came down at the end, you cannot take a sack there. This is what people are telling. This is what we mean when we talk about Dak Prescott. And mind you, Dak Prescott didn't lose us the game. Trust me, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in these key decisions, it was 23-28. We need to win this game. We need you to make the best decisions with 27 seconds left. He made the absolute worst decision and not throwing the ball away. That's what we're talking about.
So let me break it down right here. So your 3 points, Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones, and Dak in the last minute in order to match. And then you can make a combination whether or not it's all Dak and then a little bit of Mike McCarthy. I do agree with you on the opening series there. Mike McCarthy did play conservative. I do like the way the Eagles did on their opening series. They said bump it. They went out wide. They went 4 wide. They spread it. They went empty. That's how they started their series out. But we went run, and pass, and then punt. So, yeah, I do agree with Mike McCarthy, the start of the game. I think that he was kind of a little conservative. I do agree with you with Jerry Jones with the WLOG, but I'm not saying that the season is over with. That's the only point that I'm going to push back. I think that we still, I'm optimistic, Law. So I'm thinking that, hey, there's still some growing things that we can learn from it.
The reason why
Go ahead. One more thing.
Is over, and this is why I'm the objective Cowboy fan. I'm not saying that no one is objective, and I'm not saying that you're not objective, but so you have more emotion towards the team. I lost that emotion ever since I knew Jerry Jones didn't care about Super Bowls. I just followed the team because I was raised that way since my daddy and my granddaddy.
I appreciate you, Swayze, man.
Wait. Let me just say one thing. The reason why I say the season is over because from a psychological standpoint, we cannot beat the best teams in the NFC, and that's all based on psychological. That goes back to the 90s. Like, ask Michael Irvin or the 49ers when they couldn't beat us in the NFC Championship game. When you have that psychological factor that you can't beat these certain teams, it plays with you the next time you play them. And that's one of the reasons why we got blown up by the 49ers, and that's one of the reasons why Mike McCarthy was conservative against the Eagles tonight. But you have a good night, and bless you. Have a good show.
Appreciate you, Swayze. All right, so, yeah, Big Mike on that last series there. Either, I don't know what the plays were called. I know that Dak Prescott referred to Shoddy, Big Mike, and on that last series there, we would like to see the Cowboys just punch that in and just polish it in. Especially when it's 1st and 5, ball down at the 6, y'all. So that whole series, far as, let me see how I can put this. Because we were hoes a little bit with the aficionados. I just wish that we can just see somebody interacting with Tyler Smith or Tyler Biotish on that final series from the coaching staff. We need to see something happening. All right, I got my guy from the 915. I know he don't believe the season is over with. No way. I know he don't believe the season is over with. My guy from the 915, you're live on the Nation, man. What's your 3 points? Alfonso.
What's up, Law? No, the season is not over. We got to grow from it. But first off, I agree with that guy. Jerry Jones made no moves.
Right.
He's old. He's senile. I'm comparing him to our old senators that are old, don't know what's going on. Dianne Feinstein, he's like the Dianne Feinstein of the NFL. Doesn't know anything, doesn't want to pick up. I mean, I would have got it. I wish he would have got in the corner from the Bears. That would have been a great move.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Because little Jordan Lewis is getting picked on over there. He's our hazard when it comes to the line. And then these refs with their bullshit-ass calls.
Yeah.
With their uncatchable balls, but they're going to call it pass interference, get out of here, picking up flags. And that's what cost us the game. And then the final thing is Steele, man. I don't feel bad for you. If you tore your ACL, cry me a river. It's a new year, and your ass should be blocking. Get the hell out of here, dude. He got picked on. He got all the sacks. I don't know what the Cowboys need to do. Either they need to give somebody else shots or go pick somebody up. but he's going to be a hazard. They're going to keep picking on him, and we're going to keep getting sacks because of him.
So they exposed Terrence Steele. He did look terrible in this game, and he's been a half step slow all year, man. And it's been one of those things where it extends my guy. It trickles down too, because now people are looking at Zach Martin like, hey, but Zach Martin gotta be everything because Tyler Smith is not Terrence Steele is not playing up to snuff, and Tyler Biadasz is not playing up to snuff. So yeah, man, you're right, man. He just looked terrible on that front five, and we need to pull the trigger during trade situation. That's what Big Nate said. So I thank you, man, for calling in.
Free agency.
Yeah,
we need to hit a free agency. That's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. And final, puro pinche Cowboys for life. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. That's my guy Alfonso, man. Yeah, so Big Nate Newton, I was listening to one of the shows. I don't know whether it was like Hanging with the Boys or the OT last week or what have you, and it was right before trade deadline, and he was saying that maybe the Cowboys, he really don't see them going to get anybody outside if you go out there and get a veteran tackle. He got to be a guy that can come in and help this team out because we looking a little, sluggish on the offensive line. So, he was right with that, I got my guy from the 361. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, how's it going, Law?
All is well, bro. Can't complain.
Three things. So, number one, like I said, Terrence Steele, he needs to go to confession. And it's not just this game. I know everybody's overreacting to this game, but he's had a couple of games where he struggled.
Yeah.
That needs to get addressed. Number two, the situation with Jerry Jones, the issue that I have is that Philadelphia, I appreciate that they figure out a way to make moves because you have a GM that can actually lose his job. So there's accountability there. And I think that's a real issue with the organization, even though they've got a lot of talented players. And then last, I can't seem to figure out, and I know from a passer rating standpoint, apparently I think Gilmore is top 10, but I don't know. It just seems he's on the wrong end of things. That pass interference, I'm just taking that out of the equation. That was terrible. But it seems like Gilmore, for some reason, gets cooked quite more than I expected, and that's even when Diggs was playing. So those are just my three things, and we'll see how it goes.
No doubt. The only thing we can say is that Gilmore is just better than A.J. Brown, but we can't do that type of analysis, right? We need guys, man. We need guys to make plays, and Gilmore for right now, you can survive with him, but the Cowboys heading into this particular last trade deadline, they should have made one move, or at least one move in their secondary. You're right about that. I can't even hold you to it.
No accountability. Accountability. So he's not going to lose his job.
Yes, indeed. That's comfort, man, and there's no growth in comfort. Appreciate you, man, from the 361. Man, we moving right along. I got my guy, man. What's your 3 points here from my guy from the 206? You in the mix. Talk to me.
Law, I got to get on you guys, all you guys.
Break it down.
All y'all get an F. It just came on here. I'm going to tell you the reason why. You can't get no corner. You need to be listening to Nate Newton's show. Nate Newton said, ain't no way he's giving up a 1st and 3 for somebody just for one season. No, they're not going to do that. Y'all know that, and Jerry ain't going to do that. 2, Gilmore is playing better than the Philly corners. They got torched tonight. 3, ain't that many corners out there. So who y'all going to go get? Come on, man. You guys on here delusional. Stop it. 78 got paid all that money, like the other callers there, and he played like doo-doo. He killed us.
Okay.
1st and 5, we got the penalty, but then he gave up 2 sacks back-to-back. Come on, man.
That did kill us to 2 penalties.
Yeah. And then, number 13, I don't like when he in the game. I told you 18 is the new guy. They need to stop favoritism.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1, stop favoritism. Number 2, put 30 in the game. 24 in the game. 24 know how to play corners. Because they'd have made what you call third. And that's it. You play the right people, y'all won't be having this problem. But you guys keep coming over here, Jerry Jones loves to... No, Jerry, old-ass man. He can't get on the field. He ain't going to be These guys getting paid. Do their damn job.
So
Then
let
we
me ask you
can win.
this, though. Let me ask you this, MJ, because you cooking. But let me ask you this. So, and I get it. You know, the Philly corners did get cooked, and they got cooked by a quarterback that was putting the ball where he's supposed to put it at. But just because they get cooked, that doesn't mean that we should allow our guys to get cooked. Let me ask you this. So are you comfortable? Are you comfortable?
And 24.
Are
30
you?
and 24 supposed to be playing.
Are you comfortable? Are you
That's the
comfortable?
problem.
Are you comfortable with Jordan Lewis being out there?
What law? Did you hear what I just said? Put number 30 or 24 in the game. They played in the playoff game last year. We're out number 2.
True.
Come on, man. That's the problem. You got to talk to your defensive coordinator. He got his favorites.
So is this game more on Dan Quinn or and I know it's the team lost now. Is this game who wet the bed more? Who wet the bed more? Was it Dan Quinn or Mike McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy got you back in the game. Dan Quinn, wait, let's put this cover. I'm not gonna blame it on Dan Quinn. I'm not gonna blame it on Mike McCarthy. Number 13, Butterfingers, he shouldn't be in the game. He cost us the momentum. We could have won at halftime 21-14. I said, okay, we about to score. Bonehead. Man, please don't put him back in the game. Then 2 and number 1 getting torched. Sometimes number 6 out of position. Them boys are playing out of position. So they make your safety spot, number 28, he don't know what to do because he worried about them. If I'm back there, or me and you back there at law, and then we got to worry about what number 6 and number 1 do, we going to get torched, brother. Y'all got to admit, I played safety. When you play safety, like you say, Law, you got the whole field. You got to, if I got to worry about you, Law, then I'm going to get torched. If I don't have to worry about you, Law, then I can make a play. Dan Quinn got to put the right safeties in the game. And then another thing, he put them little, when they came in, and then I saw 96 and 99 in the middle. I looked at my friends and said, they finna score. They said, why, Ma? Look what we got in the middle. Man, keep 95 in the fucking game.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I get you right now. Outside of that, what's your final point before I let you go?
The final point, the season is not over. Philly fans are so happy. So I already told my friend, all you Cowboy fans, and Lord, I told you that. I said, Philly is lucky right now. They luck about to change. They're going to start losing games. Then we'll get them. Then we'll take this. Because if they lose Kansas City next week, then they play the other team they're going to lose. Then we get the chance to beat them. Then we'll have a lead. But we got to focus, like the guy said, let's beat the Giants. Then let's whoop Carolina. Then let's beat the Washington. And then let's whoop Seattle. But I told y'all Seattle ain't going to. But we got to play the right way. See, we're a passing team. Dak is here. He's a ride. So do sweep left, sweep right. Oh, and one thing else, start playing 40-23 to run up the middle. Stop trying to run my number 20. No, my number 20 go to the outside, to the left side. Screen. You do 23 and 40, that's your problem. You don't need no halfback. Y'all want O.J. Simpson. Y'all want man, come on, man. We got our players. If they put the players in the right position, your team going to win. Period.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, MJ, man.
I don't want about no more trades, no more.
Well, trade deadline over with now, though. But we were saying, hey, over the top. So Derrick Henry wouldn't have helped us out at all, MJ?
Derrick Henry, if we would have had him, yeah, I'd be happy to have Derrick Henry.
All right, man. I appreciate you,
like
bro.
y'all.
Appreciate you, man.
Fantasy football. I'm not trading no number 1 and number 2 for no old-ass halfback. 29,
they better not have
no.
did for a 1 and a 2. Hey, but I appreciate you for calling in, MJ.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? Hey, that boy hot, man. He hotter than fish grease. But I feel him, though, you know. I don't think we are delusional though, for thinking that the Cowboys should have made 1 or 2 trades. But I get what he's saying too, though. We do have some bodies already on this team, right? And they need to get some PT. Did Wanye get a snap at all in this game? Can somebody help me out? Did Wanye even get in this game? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. allowing 28 points on the field, man, is devastating to me, in my opinion. I think that we should have been good enough to hold those boys, but what really crushed us was, like I said, not only them scoring, but killing the clock gang, plus that third quarter opening up the way they did. Man, that was terrible. I got Charles in charge, man. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Man, this is going to ruin my week. If we would have taken that gift wrap present that Philadelphia tried to give to us many times, the Eagles didn't want the win. They tried to gift wrap it with a bow with a cherry on top, and we kept saying, no, you take it. You take it.
Yeah.
I mean, with the flags aside, all the mistakes aside, at the end of the game, on Philly's last drive, we know they're going to run the ball. They fumble in the backfield as A.J. Brown and Swift run into each other. They try to give us a gift right there. Third fumble of the game.
Right.
We can't recover that. And then we get the ball with 40 seconds left to go. And somehow, some way, we get a PI call, we get a roughing the passer call, we get an encroachment call, and we're at the 6-yard line with 27 seconds left.
Right.
And I'm thinking we're gonna pull this out.
Right.
But I forget, how they fool us, and I cannot believe that we did not pull that game out.
Right.
I mean, so many times the Eagles wanted to give it to us, and we were just, didn't want it. I've never seen a team give a game away like that in my life. The Cowboys, I've seen us give a lot of games away, but never like that. All the way to the very end. You know what I mean? I mean, after we stopped them, on our 3 timeouts and whatnot.
Right.
You would never thought that we'd even get close. To the red zone, let alone to the 6-yard line. 27 seconds left. It's an eternity. And Mike McCarthy, point number 2, Mike McCarthy, clock management. He has no skill in that. We got the ball with 4:43 left to go in the fourth quarter, and we were acting like we had the lead. No hurry-up offense, not once. And with 1:17, we punt the ball back to them. Whenever you're down 5 points deep in the fourth quarter,
right?
Time is, get up to that line of scrimmage, have some urgency. Horrible clock management. And there's no one person to blame. Almost every player had a hand in a mistake in this game. Whether it was Schoonmaker, Gallup, Prescott, a whole slew of guys. Tyler Smith. The only one player I could say that played really good was Tyron Smith. If you notice, they put Josh Sweat on Terrence Steele because Tyron was knocking his ass on the ground.
Tyron did do his job in this game, and I salute to him. One other point before I let you rock.
What worries me is when we play the Eagles next time, what if they're not so generous? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were very generous today in trying to give us a game. And if we couldn't take a game that they're trying to give us, I don't know, man. They got to figure out who they are. I really thought we had it. I thought we had it with 27 seconds left. And, man, tomorrow's going to be a shitty Monday. I know that.
Hey, it is what it is, man. I appreciate you. Now, thank you for calling in. Very good objective points there. Hey, let's go, man. Let's see what we can do down the stretch, bro. Appreciate you for calling in.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Good call from him. All right. I got from the 254, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me. Hello. Yellow. All right. 254. Call back tomorrow. All right. I got the 815. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
I just want to start. I want to say this to all Dak fans. So third quarter, we up 17-14. I'm just going to talk about all things in the second half. Dak Prescott he could not outrun Brandon Graham, a 36-year-old DN. He steps out of bounds. He throws the ball to Jalen Tolbert. Although we love throwing it to CD, he throws it to Jalen Tolbert on the 4th down. Mm-hmm. He doesn't spike the ball. He throws the ball out of bounds. I can't remember who the heck he threw it to, but we threw it out of bounds, and I don't know what that was. The fourth down, the last play, we threw it like while 5 people was on CD, like at least throw the ball into the end zone. Like, again, in the big moments of the big games and playoffs, we just don't get it done. I don't care who you blame it on. I just know our quarterback didn't get it done at the end of the day. Miss me with the stats. We lost. How about them Cowboys?
Shit.
Miss me with those stats, Law. I don't miss me with them stats, Law. Y'all gonna stab me to death. Hold on, Law, before I go. Remember that game with Tony Romo? We lost to the Denver Broncos 51-48. What do people remember about that game, Law? We threw an interception to end the game. The stats was great. Everybody had a great game. Dak fans care about stats. Cowboy fans care that we lost the game. I do not care about them playing well. We lost the game. Maybe that don't matter to people. I guess that don't.
Hey, man, I'm mad as all get out. Hey, Brandon, I'm mad just like you, though. I'm mad just like you. But at the end of the day,
I do understand, Law.
Hey, at the end of the day, you said big game, but also you had the other side, that playoff. So you got to give him a little grace. It's not a playoff game.
I mean, who else we gonna play in the playoffs? But okay, you're right, Law. Let me say this one more thing.
Yeah.
We do got a couple bad teams that we're gonna beat up on. We're gonna be 9-3 by the time we play them again. So yeah, okay, Dak fans, yeah, we're gonna beat up on 4 other trash teams, but we haven't beat a good team yet. But yeah, woo, Dak, he had a really good game and cut out run Brandon Graham, stepped out of bounds and killed the 2-point conversion. Nobody want to bring that up. No, who was that chasing Dak?
Did you like the hey, Old Man River, man? Did you like the touchdown that he scored?
Oh my gosh, Law. Look.
Hey.
It's 17. Hold on, Law. It's 17-14. Jalen Hurts miraculously come back in the game and throw a dime for a touchdown.
Oh.
Tell me, look, Jalen Tolbert on the 4th and 3, like at least throw it to CD. Hey, I don't even care if it get intercepted. At least throw it to CD. We throwing it to Jalen Tolbert on 4th and 3, Law. I'm so sick of this stuff, man. But y'all, Dak had a good game.
Shit. All right, man. I appreciate you for calling in. Let me hear you say it one more time. Let me hear you say it.
Man, how about them Cowboys and shout out to Law Nation, man.
Hey, man, this game, I'm so pissed off at this game. Oh, my goodness, man. And I'm not mad at Dak, by the way. I'm mad at the sequences of events at the last doggone minutes of the last seconds of the game. I can't even, like it literally, you can't write a storyline better, man, for us to be at the 15 to get all the way down to the 6. I don't care how we got there, but it just like the series of the event on any other team, I would bet you a million times over that series would never exist. Hey, I got some storylines to tell to somebody, man. It just whatever the craziest event that can happen will happen with our Cowboys, man. Hey, I blame Sky Mirror, you know what I'm saying, that mirror outside of AT&T Stadium, even though we played in Philly, and I blame Jerry Jones. I got to blame Jerry Jones. Y'all leave me alone. I'm not finna blame Dak nor the coaching staff at this point. If you put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor, that's just what it is. If you put Jimmy, because ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. I'm blaming the aficionados too. and doggone Roger Goodell, who getting a new contract. Like they said, Law, you blaming everybody but Dak. But man, what on God's green earth was Tyler Smith thinking, dog? You know, on that false start, man. What happened, man? And then why on the last 2 plays, all of a sudden Terrence Steele just didn't figure out how to block? Well, how is this even possible, y'all? It would never happen to any other teams in another 100 years. That play and that sequence of events would never happen in 100 years. You can book it, you know. Hey, and just like what he said about with Tony Romo, Tony Romo put up 500 yards, man, going toe-to-toe, blow for blow, pause if you want to say that, with doggone Peyton Manning. And then I believe it was Tyron Smith foot that he stepped on when he threw the pass, and then all of a sudden it's picked off. Like it just be some crazy stuff that always happened to us, man. It always happened, you know. It just always happened, man. I don't want to say we cursed, but man, God dog. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. He just brought all of that up to me, man. From the 240, man, you live, man. Talk to me, man. Hello, 240. Like what are the odds, man? Like going back to that doggone touchdown that was called, and we looked at that touchdown, and we said to ourselves, "Yes, Schoonmaker, yes." And then we look back, all of a sudden, the damn knee was down. The ball didn't even cross the plane. The dude was tackled before the play, like the aficionados couldn't see that. It just always happened to us, man. It's just the weirdest thing that always happened to us. All we can do is just laugh about it, man. All we can do is laugh about it, man. What's going on with these people? All right, I got the 469, man. You're live on the Nation.
See, all I ask is at the end of the night, Law, that the Cowboys don't see. See, I praise to the Cowboys guys, Law. And you know what? I pay my tithes, and they did what they're supposed to do. Oh, me and Steve, they're going to have a good day tomorrow. See, y'all just don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Dak did everything he's supposed to do. Did Dak do everything he's supposed to do? And then he got down there and did what happened? He couldn't deliver. Dak ain't him. And I keep trying to tell y'all that. Steve Nash keep trying to tell y'all that. But y'all don't want to listen. And then y'all got y'all feeling hurt. But that's all right, because y'all still them boys. You know? I'm sorry. Hold on. Now, goddamn. I'm sorry. Now, you know Shay gonna act fool. I'm sorry, Law. You know, he over here interrupting and getting everybody upset. Now look. We didn't do everything we were supposed to do. Now, it's one thing when you got to outplay yourself. And you got to outplay the opponent, but you got to outplay the ref too. Now, come on, baby. What can you let the bull jump? That's a bunch of bull jump. Out there. That's a bunch of bull jump. Now, I will say, that on that last possession, that you didn't do your job. You got too big for the moment, baby. You got to spike the ball. Get your brothers back in the huddle. Get everybody settled. Get everybody on the same line. Everybody's emotions are high. They for the moment. We need to get back settled. He didn't do that. And that cost us a great opportunity. Do you know the storyline that would have been if Dak could have drove 83 yards down the field and brought them back from the ashes? Do you know the storyline? You know the headline would have been? But hey, that's all right. That's all right, baby. That's okay. That's all right. Because you know what? They still believe. One of the things that came out of this game, we didn't have any big injuries. We got to say that. None of our big-time players had any real big injuries. So now we can move forward in the next week. Those who were hurt can continue on the path of getting better, and we can continue chasing that big tournament. That's all. No doubt. You see, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Y'all keep believing. Those boys, they fought hard. They fought against a lot of adversity, and they did good. They didn't pull it out this time. But they got to come to Dallas.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
All right, then, baby.
No doubt. Yes, indeed. The audio was a little janky on that one. All right, man. We really did I already get you, T? I thought I already got you, man. For the 347.
Yeah, you already got me.
Oh, okay. Well, you just hanging out, man.
Yeah, I'm hanging out. You know, I love what you do, Law. I'm just chilling and listening.
Hey. Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate you, dog, man. Hey, you hold it down for me, man. Thank you. Salute, bro.
Always.
Yes, indeed, man. Let's circle back, man. Let's play these these bills right quick. Not little bills, but let's play these bills. And I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Although it was a loss.
Had been a little bit more involved in the game tonight. And you guys, you all know me, and don't let this day go by without me giving a big salute to Lucius and Veterans Week this week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tim. I
appreciate that. Thank you for your
They still alive over there.
He's right. And there's times, and some people will reach out to us and say, like, Brandon Cooks has it's a negative to Cooks, like he's not as good of a player. I don't think that's the case.
He didn't get a chance or opportunity.
I wonder. That's why there were times where I know the pass that one time that Schoonmaker dropped in the game was against New England was, when they split the cover 2 look. And Cooks, there's been so many times this year where Cooks has been open. And he just.
I think he was open in the end zone on the Schoonmaker play. We're going to have to go back and look.
He was open.
There's going to be this is going to be one of the most intensely looked at tape that I think that everybody who has that opportunity to do it can. But I just feel like that I don't know if it's about using him or is it about that the quarterback just doesn't always see him. And maybe the last couple of weeks they've done a better job of getting the eyes downfield. But it's unfortunate because I kind of felt like that with them backed up in that final drive. To me, this was like launch one to Cooks and see if one of these corners like Ricks or one of those guys can turn and run with him, because I don't think they probably could.
Yeah.
That's where I would have tacked.
I'm with you there. All right, we got a Big Jim who's been waiting. Big Jim in Round Rock. You're on the official postgame show of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, Chuck Brothers, it's always a pleasure to hear you guys give your breakdown.
Thank you.
Brian, I went in and made me an egg and bacon sandwich with a little Duke's mayonnaise on there.
Man, the Duke's mayonnaise, the Duke's mayonnaise is good on anything.
It'll kind of calm your nerves down.
It will calm your nerves. I'm looking forward to the turkey sandwich I'm about to have when I get off this gig tonight.
Oh, I want to hear more about your Thanksgiving sandwich.
Thank you. I'm going to do it for the guys.
No doubt, man. Appreciate those boys, man. Shout out and salute to Prize Picks for having us in the mix, man. It's the halftime right now for both of these two teams. In the second half, you can always make selections. And they have, not halftime, but it's the who plays the second half? Cincinnati versus Buffalo. What's that score is over there? Cincinnati versus Buffalo, 7-21. They have some selections over here that you guys can take a real good look at. Rushing yards, they have Josh Allen and as well as Joe Mixon in the mix for 14 yards for Josh and Joe Mixon for 38 yards. But you guys can also use Prize Picks. And then with that being said, they have on the snap or on the play analysis where you can utilize and use for the second half. For example, they got Allen in the last 2 games or what have you rushing for more than 14 yards. And you can utilize these stat lines over here on Prize Picks to make your entries and things of that nature for second half results. And all you have to do is snap promo code LAW for all of those selections. Even though the Cowboys lost today, you can be winners by using Prize Picks more or less and utilize their on the page analysis right here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me get over to the Super Chats. I thank y'all so much, man. Much love to all of you all for being part of this. Yes, we're going to have the crow up here. It's crow season, man. We're going to I'm going to eat some crow over here. I thought my Cowboys would win. I thought my Cowboys would be able to sweep the Eagles this year, but we far from that, doing that, unfortunately. And we dropped the ball in this particular game. We can pinpoint it on the coaching staff. We can pinpoint it on Jason Garrett. Shout out to him. Jerry Jones. We can pinpoint it on who else we can pinpoint it on? Oh, Dak Prescott, DPF. You can put it on him. But in the reality of it, the team lost. And the team is 5-3 right now. Not 3-5. Most people would think that this team is 3-5, but we are 5-3. I'm not agreeing with Swayze of thinking that this team and this season is over with. We only lost 3 games this year. One game that now that I'm looking at it, it cuts even deeper is the Cards game. It's a given that you probably lose to the 49ers and the doggone Eagles, but that Cards game cutting right now, y'all. They only won one game. Yes, indeed. C. Hayes says, hey, Law Nation, did you see Noah Brown and Schultz today? Yeah, they both look good. But let's be real. We were not going to pay Dalton Schultz $14.5 million APY and whatever. We wasn't going to pay him of what Travis Kelce is getting. He might have had a good game, but I still think that Ferguson, I think the Cowboys do it. I'm giving y'all some of my analysis right now. I don't think that, Ferguson was the issue in this game. I think that from my thoughts that the Cowboys should not have approached this game to Schoonmaker on that play, even though Cooks was open or what have you, but the play design was drawn out to Schoonmaker. And that could be the political agenda, like my guy was saying. A lot of people call it political football. Yes, indeed. And most of you guys that's angry and upset right now, y'all be happy next week. Y'all be back happy next week. Yeah, it's just what it is, man. And the last time a team beat us that was a front runner for going straight to the Super Bowl and beating everybody down, lost 3 games in a row. Well, the Eagles, they got a bye week right now. But then they got to go into this situation. Of playing the tougher part of their schedule. So they are 8-1. You can't take that away from them. They are the best team in the NFL for right now. Ferg is coming around. So I think that most people don't be prisoners of the moment. The damn Texans, they won today. Shout out to Eastside Harold for his win, but let's not be prisoners of the moment. Yes, indeed. All right, let me go through the Super Chats for those who did Super Chat. I appreciate y'all so much. We got 1, 2, 3, and y'all already know, man. Rain, lose, or draw. Still, it is what it is. The aficionados, Law, is getting ridiculous. Micah gets held repeatedly. Well, I hope Podcast Parsons should be talking about that, and I hope that they don't fine him. I hope he talk about those officials. At some point, they got to stop it. I hope he talk about it. I heard that they can fine players that they start talking bad about it, but hopefully he figure out how to navigate and talk about it. Is it Hayes? Appreciate you. They won the battle, but the war is far from over. Come see you in the, I can't say that word at the end, but in Dallas. That's where we go. Come see us in the Dallas, baby. Popeye Peach, 187. Dak was the better QB tonight. Well, it is what it is. Rhonda, appreciate you so much. Love you, brother. Law Nation. DC for life. Call and check on me sometime, y'all. Appreciate everybody who gave the super chat. Appreciate y'all so much for your support. I gave y'all unbelievable time.
Y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys. Yeah, I'm still them boys.
Well, there's very few that can rock with us, win, lose, or draw, and I get it. And most people gonna leave right before the end of this soliloquy. But I come here to tell each and every last one of you all that the journey and the race is not to the swift nor the battle to the mighty. Somebody yelling out, yeah, it was to Swift tonight. Swift ran all over y'all. Well, kudos and credence to that man. But the reality of it is that there's plenty of season left. And there have been moments that we look back and most of the times we're not above 500 for many of years. In the old administration, we'll win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. So if the regular season is what we have already mastered, then damn it, it's about the postseason and what we can do beyond that. We are 5-3. There should be no panic man around here. Matter of fact, if you're panicking right now, if you that guy right now, please take off your Cowboys gear and your apparel and throw it in the fire. Because we are not finna fold up like a wallet nor a lawn chair. Don't be the panic man, ladies and gentlemen. Don't say, hey, we won't be able to do this. We won't be able to do that. Don't be him or her. Don't be that type of fan. Black, Dak slaughtered the D. Come on, man. Looking at the Eagles and how much punishment they took, they don't want to see us again. Appreciate you, Black Camo. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. But as I got to eat this crow, somebody else got to get a beak of it. Somebody else got to get their part of that crow too. But we're not finna run off and hide. We're gonna learn from this. Let the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network speak their mind. But at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. Keep focused. Keep fighting. And keep grinding. Still believe, baby. We lost 3 games, not 5. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of your mind, body, and brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, we can't play Monty tonight. We definitely can't play Monty tonight. But you will get it, ladies and gentlemen. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Win, lose, or draw, I held mine. Did you hold yours? You know what I'm saying? Did you hold yours down over there? Come on, baby. Terrence still got to get better, man. You got to get better. I don't even know. I can't even play the Run It Up song now. Come on, man. Roll those credits for you. Get on up out of here. Shout out to you, Chris. Straight Cut Boxing, appreciate you. Brandy, thank you for the super chat. 24/7 Cowboy. The Militia, appreciate you. KC Podcast from the closet. That's a weird name, but shout out to you from the closet. Andre Robinson, appreciate you. Dirty Sanchez, Mike Leslie, Newman, Keith, D'Angelo, Byron, Callie, Hayes, Popeye, Peach, 187, Rhonda, and Black Camo. Thank y'all so much for supporting the nation. Be sure to check out Prize Picks. You guys can get in the mix by using promo code LAW, and we hold the L tonight. Come on, let's stand tall, baby.
Spartans, prepare for glory! Give me my theme music.